Recording in progress.
Good morning, honorable members.
Morning, Chairperson.
Thank you very much for responding.
Chairperson, today my flight.
What is the flight? What's the problem? Of course, we'll note apologies as we come to them. Let me declare the meeting officially open. And I would like to welcome the leadership of government, starting with the minister from Cooperative, nationally. Welcome the provincial delegation led by the HOD, the mayor of Lekwa Municipality, which we are about, Mayor Tabete, and together with the other MECs, I think MMCs, he is going to introduce them. We also have got the mayor, executive mayor of Hartsibande, Councillor Mngomezulu, and each delegation obviously would have time properly to be introduced before we allow them to make presentations. The agenda for today is engagement with Lekwa Local Municipality on progress made with the implementation of the recommendations of the committee during its oversight visit in October 2022 and the current state of the municipality. In other words, this is a follow-up session. So obviously, would expect feedback from them and the order of proceedings. Because maybe let me ask, because I've been informed the minister might leave early, so to allow the minister to make opening remarks, and then we'll be guided by her as to what is going to happen. Over to you, Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, and let me request your permission to switch off my video to increase my bandwidth coverage. Chair, you are correct. I have a cabinet committee that will be commencing at 10 o'clock, and the department is scheduled to do two presentations. And because of that, Honorable Chair, I will request early departure from the meeting. DDG Duma, who is also in attendance with some directors, Mr. Alan Zimba from MISA, Dr. Stolle from Disaster, will remain amongst others, Chair, to assist the committee. DDG Dr. Naidu, the acting CEO, is also here. They will assist the committee to be able to have meaningful engagement and participation from the department. We as requested, Chair has put up an update with regard to the state of the municipality emanating from the national intervention, the progress that we are seeing. We have indicated the Honorable Chair, and it will also be part of our presentation, which is a continuation, as you have indicated, Chair, that we are, of course, having difficulties in terms of a bit of stability motion, but have been dealt with by the municipality. The mayor is back and continuing with the work that they started even during our first visit, where quite a lot of progress have already been seen beyond the visit. The first that the portfolio took to the municipality in terms of institutional capacity, filling of positions, implementation of projects, the projects that Minister Mkunu has also been on site to implement, and the municipality is also making amends with regard to dealing with roads, the potholes, and all that in line with service delivery. But we emphasize the fact that it's not all yet at the mark that we all would want to see, but it's a green upward stream, which indicates that if the municipality can continue with its stability and measures to implement and continue with the service delivery and the IDP targets, we should be able to see a municipality that will be growing from strength to strength. And ultimately, we do believe that its assessment may be taking it out of the rates and be more about implementation of the support package to ensure that they are able to deliver. I'll stop there, Chair. You had not indicated, nor unless I missed it, if you are ready for our presentation now, or you were just giving me a first bite. But thank you very much nonetheless, Chair. I'll take guidance from you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. No, I don't know. You can as well suggest, but in terms of the order that was given to me, we're going to start with Lekwa, followed by the district municipality, and then the province. You are going to be the last. So, but now, because you have got this request to leave early, can I assume that we must allow the DCOC to present?
No, Chair, you can start with the order. We have been working jointly with the
You have been working jointly.
teams and the province, and I'm very confident in the district that the team led by the DDG and the acting CEO will be able to, even in my absence, to deal with the issues that the committee may want clarification and discussion on. I've had sight of our presentation as well, Chair, and the other presentations. So we are a bit aligned, Chair. Not a bit, we are aligned, and I do believe that we could be able to put a story that's cut across in terms of the difficulties and areas in which we are operating on. So, Chair, with your permission, we can follow the outlined process for the day. Thank you very much for that leverage.
No, thank you very much. I will now hand over, and I'm sure the Mayor, Councillor Tabete, the speaker there, but I will allow you to introduce your team and then continue with the presentation. Honorable Mayor.
Chairperson of the committee, good morning and greetings to yourself. Can I also greet the Honorable Minister, Umamunkatimeng, members of the committee that are here, and MEC, I believe he's here or he's joining us. Can I also greet the Executive Mayor of the District Municipality, Babungome Zulu. With me, I should be joined. It's just that we had load shedding a few minutes ago. We only got turned on now. We should be joined by the MMCs of the municipality. We've got 4 MMCs with us. It's MMC Mahlaba for corporate, MMC Majozi for technical, MMC Mdise for community services, and MMC Sbilwani for planning and economic development. As you correctly put it, Honorable Chairperson, that we had a small hiccup as a municipality when a motion of no confidence was passed against myself, but the municipality was able to come back and take a proper decision as I was reinstated a week later. Of which, Chairperson, during the compilation and the visit of the committee, we were not around, and therefore, with your permission, I would request that the municipal manager continue with the presentation on behalf of the municipality. But as the executive mayor of Lekwa Municipality, we want to commend the minister, the committee, and the department in the province and national for having supported our municipality all this time. We have seen the strides, we have seen improvement. It is not at the pace in which we would have wanted to see it, but we believe that we are on the right path with the support that we've received from National Treasury, Provincial Treasury, same as Cooperative, Provincial and National, and the district municipality. We are a municipality that is on its way to recovery, and with the continued support, I believe that this time next year, we should be telling a better story. I will request the municipal manager to continue with the presentation. With your permission, Chairperson. Thank you.
Yes, MM should come in.
Chairperson, good morning to yourself. Good morning to the Honorable Minister, my Executive Mayor, and the MEC, and all of our political principals and my fellow colleagues. Thank you for the opportunity to present Chairperson. I'm going to request that whoever that is controlling the screen allows the manager in my office to put up the presentation so that I can commence with the presentation. Mhlamonyana, if you can put the presentation up, please. Sorry for the delay, Chairperson. We have been load shed here, so our servers and everything are coming up together with the internet. That is why there is a bit of a delay. The power only came back now at 9:05. There we have the presentation. We can move directly to the second slide. There were two questions mainly that were posed to the municipality. In this presentation, we are attempting to respond to both questions. The first one was that the municipality should deal with its water and electricity challenges as a matter of crisis and communicate its medium to long-term solutions to the people. There was also a question concerning the audit findings on the 81% of the issues that have been identified. Secondly, Chairperson, there was some concern over the public participation mechanisms that the municipality is using to engage the public. So you will notice that we have confined our presentation to respond to these two questions. We can move on to the next one. Next one, please. This is just the outline. Okay, as I've already indicated, Chairperson, the purpose of the presentation is to provide some feedback to the portfolio committee. As we have indicated, we saw each other sometime last year around October. And the background, without necessarily boring you with the details, because I'm sure that you are aware of the background. But in a nutshell, COGTA has resolved that over its current term of office, it will intensify oversight, which is what we have noticed ourselves. And the strategy was to confront all of the deteriorating state of local municipalities and its affairs. Unfortunately, Lekwa is one of those municipalities, and our audit opinions or the history of our audit opinions has not been impressive, albeit that we are planning to have a different outlook this time around, and all indications are that our audit outcome will be different. If I may digress for a second, Chairperson, we are having the first meeting with the AG on Friday to discuss our draft management report. Is then that we will know how our audit opinion looks like. Coming back to the presentation itself, our efforts in dealing with our water challenges, as indicated by the Honorable Minister, there has been some engagement with water affairs through our district municipality. And the district municipality has appointed a service provider to assist us with the refurbishment of our wastewater plant. As you know by now, that our demand and capacity of the wastewater treatment plant are mismatched. But we are anticipating that by the middle of next year, we should be done with this project. Secondly, as a municipality, we have appointed a panel of service providers to assist us with all the mechanical and electrical works and civil infrastructure. The reason we did this, Chairperson, is because a lot of our water and wastewater issues, we could not respond to them quickly enough, rapidly enough, because of all the procurement systems that we had to undergo before we can get a service provider on site. And this was a point of friction between the municipality and the community, simply because of our long turnaround time. So we managed to get a panel of service providers that has greatly improved our response time to all our electrical and mechanical issues, which are mainly centered at the water and the wastewater treatment plant. Thirdly, Chairperson, the municipality has had engagements with ESCOM for them to be in a position to exclude our water treatment plant from load shedding. You can imagine that our water treatment plant is undercapacitated, and load shedding by its own nature is going to make a bad situation worse. Every time there's load shedding, we are unable to pump water when we've got very little of this water. But the engagements are still ongoing with ESCOM. There is capital investments that we need to make this ambition a reality. But it's one of the efforts that we have been looking at. And the district has also appointed 3 service providers to reduce water leakages. It's installing PRVs and zonal meters and all the proper water engineering infrastructure that we require. This will reduce water losses, but it's more of a mid-term type of plan. We can move on to the next one. Mhlabanyana. Okay. Now, in the long term, the feasibility study for the upgrade of our bulk network has been developed. We are just waiting for the approval to source funding to upgrade our bulk water infrastructure, courtesy of Water Affairs and the Honorable Minister uMchunu Macingwane. Secondly, the procurement process of 4 raw water pumps is underway. Let me take a second to qualify this. One of the biggest challenges that we're sitting with at the water treatment plant is that our abstraction point has got maintenance issues. Actually, our raw water abstraction pumping units have reached the end of their lifespan. Through engagements with the Seriti, led by our executive mayor, Seriti has agreed to procure 4 new raw water pumping units. And we anticipate that before the year is out or very early in the year, we should have these 4 pumping units at the raw water abstraction point. We have also engaged with Seriti. They're executing one of our water projects in Mahason to improve water supply there. And finally, the municipality has set aside its own funds in this financial year to install windmills to service our rural wards. Moving on to the next one, we now want to talk a little bit about electricity, Chairperson. Public lighting, you'll see there's a table there which outlines all of the issues that we are grappling with as a municipality insofar as electricity is concerned. The first one is public lighting. The municipality has repaired over 160 street lights and 43 masts. So we have improved our public lighting in the municipality. And by the way, this was a deliberate effort from the municipality to go on a campaign to repair all of our public lighting infrastructure. We're sitting with a huge chronic problem of cable theft, Chairperson. And this is as a result of, or rather, it is exacerbated by load shedding, because the same load shedding schedule we have, these criminals are sitting with it also. So every time there's load shedding, they've got easy access to our electrical infrastructure with minimal risk, and we are losing a lot of money on stolen cables. We have had engagements with SAPS and other community leaders to try and assist us in curbing this problem, but it persists and it's dipping heavily into our purse, which is already empty. The issue concerning meters, we as a municipality, we have undertaken an exercise to do a meter audit. We have already replaced just over 2,800 meters, and the meter audit program is going very well. While we're talking about meters, the council has resolved to give some or other discount regime to everyone who pays their accounts on time and they've not breached their meters and things like that. But I can elaborate more on it if you want me to, Chairperson. The vandalism of infrastructure is another one of our big problems. We are running campaigns, public awareness campaigns, to try and make the public aware about vandalizing infrastructure, its consequences, and what it does to the municipality. Moving to the next one, the network overload We've recently just built a 11 kVA overhead line in Mayerville, a substation transformer project to replace the faulty 20 MVA. This was done through our disaster grant, and we have procured a 20 megavolt amp transformer. Sorry, not through our disaster grant, through our INEP, to assist us in our electrical infrastructure. This project, it should be concluded before the year is out, because the transformer has been ordered, it has been delivered also. Okay. The issue concerning aged infrastructure, I think we've spoken about it even the last time you were here with us, Chairperson. But at the end of the day, our infrastructure is old. It requires attention, and we're going to have to do intensive upgrading and refurbishment of our infrastructure. We are just not sure yet where that funding is going to come from, but step by step, we are getting there. The NMD issue, Chairperson, this is the nominal demand that has been imposed on the municipality by Eskom, but we have not had it since the Lekwa Ratepayers Association took Eskom to court to get it uplifted. The court ruled in the LRA's favor. So as a consequence, we do not have NMD, which is a blessing, because Lekwa used to have both national load shedding and the local load shedding. So this has fallen off. But be that as it may, we have put in an application to Eskom for them to completely uplift this as a municipality. Maintenance and repairs, we've got a maintenance plan, it's been implemented. The energy efficiency program, we are implementing that as part of our program to try and cut out all the losses that we have on our infrastructure. We're sitting with a chronic shortage of resources. What I'm saying here, Chairperson, is that the necessary human resources with the necessary tools of trade that we require as a municipality to execute all of our duties are not necessarily there. Over the past year, we've tried filling a number of positions. We've procured 7 new parties in the past financial year, together with the necessary tools of trade, so that our electricians and our plumbers and all of our service delivery departments will have the necessary tools to respond to all of our service delivery issues. But it's not enough. We still need more. Also, at the same time, getting more and more electricians and all other stuff that we need, it contributes to our overheads. So it is important that we are measured at the rate in which we fill these positions. Otherwise, we are going to have a bloated salary bill that we might not be able to afford. But these are some of the challenges that we're sitting with. Insofar as public participation is concerned, Chairperson, I'm going to try and run this one through this one relatively quickly. The municipality approved its communication strategy, and council has resolved on it. But all it says is that we constantly give upgrades on water and electricity issues on our official social media pages. We've got media releases from time to time with all our media houses. The executive mayor has done a number of radio interviews to detail progress. I've seen him a couple of times on national TV myself, to indicate what our plans are insofar as the municipality is concerned. We also have our own media, a newsletter, and we've got a presence on Facebook and on our website also. Coming back to the audit findings, Chairperson, In the previous financial year, one of the issues that were disclaimed on was our cash and cash equivalent. The municipality undertook a very extensive exercise, Chairperson, to try and reconcile our bank and our cash and cash equivalents from the year 2017-2018. So over the past, let's say, 5-6 years, we managed to reconcile our cash book together with our trial balance, our bank statements, and so forth. And the AG has taken a look at all the reconciliations. To date, we're sitting with, I believe, it's just over 115 RFIs. Not even one of them concerns our cash and cash equivalents. So what that says to us is that the AG is fairly content with the work that the municipality has done to try and resolve this issue. By the way, this was a point of disclaimer. When we were disclaimed in the previous financial year, it was precisely because of our cash and cash equivalent, when our opening and closing balances from year to year were not reconciling. But secondly, another point of disclaimer in the previous financial year was our payables from exchange transactions, together with our provisions and contingent liabilities. We have had a very long and extensive engagement with Water Affairs, because that was the only account that was flagged by the AG. And at the end of it, Water Affairs agreed that they've been double billing the municipality since 2010 or 2011, thereabout. And as a result, they were willing, they gave us undertaking indicating that they are going to be adjusting their billing to us. And as a result, we're able to record that on our AFS, and the AG was happy with the portfolio of evidence that we managed to provide. A point of qualification, not disclaimer, was also the contracted services that we have managed to reclassify and reconcile. So all the points of disclaimer that we suffered in the previous financial year have been resolved. The AG has not raised any new ones, and they are coming to the end of the audit season on Friday. So we are looking forward to a better audit opinion. There's nothing in the horizon that says we will be disclaimed. Moving on to public participation, the strategy concerning our public participation was approved by Council. The strategy mainly was to assist our office bearers with the implementation and the resourcing of our public participation program. The basic measures to be monitored in our public participation is that our ward committees in all 15 wards are sitting and they are functional. In the previous financial year, we've had 180 meetings of ward committees. There's been 78 community meetings held in the previous financial year. Our public participation program is conducted monthly to inform the community. We've got a hailing service that we utilize and flyers to inform the public. Our Ward Councillors Forum was established as a platform to deal with service delivery issues. And we also do, or rather try, to conduct annual community satisfaction surveys. And the other issues concerning public participation is that all the ward committees have been established and they're functional in all 15 wards. We've got a ward operational plan that was taken to council and it was approved. All the ward committee members have to follow that plan. They need to submit reports at the end of the month for them to be remunerated. Otherwise, we don't remunerate them. And it assists a lot in keeping the municipality in touch with the issues on the ground. And finally, the last slide is the role of the speaker in public participation. Public participation is vested in the Speaker's Office Chairperson. He is the champion of public participation. But his primary role is to manage public participation programs and activities. He oversees and monitors the functionality of ward committees, and the CDW program is also in his office. He needs to ensure functionality and implementation of community participation programs and provide councillor support. The speaker also plans, organizes, controls, and coordinates all activities, including public participation in his office. And finally, the speaker also provides capacity building for all ward councillors and committees. Chairperson, let me thank you for the period that you've given me to present. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the presentation. We can now move to Hart Sibande, the Executive Mayor. Can I allow you that opportunity first to introduce whoever who might be part of this, and then proceed with the presentation. Executive Mayor Mngomezulu, over to you.
Good morning, Chairperson. My name is Absinia Habile. I'm the Municipal Manager of Garsibande District Municipality. I want to believe that the Executive Mayor is having some network challenges. We are trying to get hold of him, but
proceed.
Okay. No, thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. I'm going to request the General Manager for Infrastructure and Technical Services to lead us with this presentation, if you're so blessed, Chairperson.
Blessed, yes, agreed.
Thank you very much. The name of the General Manager for Infrastructure and Technical Services is Mr. Bongile Mtuchulwa. I'm sure Mr. Mtuchulwa will be comfortable to control the slides on your gadget. Thank you very much. Bye.
All right, thank you very much, MM, and good morning to yourself, Chair, and the members, Honorable Minister, Deputy Minister, MEC, the Executive Mayors, HODs, and all the colleagues. Protocol is observed. Chair, the presentation outline is as follows. It's gonna be the problem statement, introduction and background, the purpose of the report, interventions, challenges, recommendation, and some portfolio of evidence like the pictorial report on the picture and what's happening on the ground. On the problem statement, it is correct what is the MM just said, MM of Lekwa, about the challenges on the ground. We are faced with the water and sanitation infrastructure that is on the verge of failure and exposing the community to health hazards. That I think when you visited last year, Chair, the problem statement were also there. I'll skip that section, the year up of Felitole corner. I think the other one, Chairperson, just it's a highlight. On the 21st, the Honorable Minister visited the municipality, and then from there we developed an action plan, and again he also visited now on the 9th of June 2023. So the intervention that we are doing, Chairperson, on the treatment works. We are doing the refurbishment of the treatment works. We are at 9%. We are using the DWS construction unit East. The site was handed over on the 26th of September, 2023, and the construction permit was issued on 6th of October. I think that the only issues that we are having there, it's yesterday, we were helped by the Honorable MMC, Omar Josie, just to get the interdiction for the local forums that are trying to stop the site. They want the 30%, but we are saying this is a government entity, the construction unit. There is no 30%, but we can look at subcontracting of the works as well. So we are engaging in that format there. Then the second intervention, Chairperson, it's a construction of the 5 mega liters clear water chlorine tank. And the site briefing was on the 20th of this month, and we are closing it on the 8th of December. So I think we will appoint in January and have the contractor on site in January. Then intervention number 3, Chair, it was the standby generator. On the standby generator, we saw that it's going to be expensive for the local municipality to maintain the usage of the fuel with that standby generator. Hence, the MM has indicated that we have asked ESCOM for the exemption of the plant during the load shedding. And then the intervention number 4, it's the unblocking and clearing of both obstruction system from the valve. Currently, this assessment is under the construction unit, DWS construction unit. What we did as a district, we have asked the valve divers to assess what's happening under the valve with the pumps and so forth, so that the SERETI can assist with the buying of those pump or assisting the local municipality to get the new pumps after the assessment have been done. So we have paid them. We're just waiting for the report to be issued so that it can assist the local municipality in procuring those required pumps under valve. Then the other intervention, this water conservation and demand management. We have separated the area into 3. We are looking at the Rooikompen district meter area, the Concord district meter area, and the old Standerton Cape district metered area. We are reducing the water losses on it. Yesterday, Chair, we had a site progress meeting, and we are happy that the local municipality was also part of the meeting. And there is one project that we are trying to finish before they close in December, but the other 2 will be finished now in January. And Chair, this is Rooikompen. We are around about 64% there. And in Congo district metered area, we are around about 55%. And intervention 7, the old Standerton Cape, we are around 50%. It's just the challenges that are noticeable in the area is now and then the site stoppages by the business forum. And we are dealing with it through the PSC with the assisting of both the MMC from the district and the MMC from the local municipality. And we were struggling with the as-built drawing. And recently, the weather increment, I think a week ago, there was a heavy rain in the area. And then the other one is the construction remedial works in Extension 8. The brief scope there was the installation of the missing water regulation lines, connection of households to RET, and the point repairs to damaged regulation line. That work was completed last year, November. Was also we are at around about 89%, sorry, Chair, on this one, and we are planning to complete this one on 2023 now, end of this month. We are at 89%, so everything there is going quite well. It's the progress. It's a project that was also visited by the Minister of Water and Sanitation together with both the deputy ministers. So the community was happy with the intervention that we are doing in the area. We are working on the live system there. And then on the sewer part, Chair, we are at 70% in the same area, and Standardton Extension 8. We are also doing just the sewer there and the network as well. We are looking at 101,378 housing units, and that will be serviced in the area. So we are planning to complete that one on the 14th of December. And it's now visible that there are no sewer spillages in the area, and it's now been dry out. And then the unblocking sewer, this one, Chairperson, is more of an O&M type of thing that we are doing with the local municipality. We are unblocking the sewer in Standardton in the area called Concord Drainage. We've done firstly the CCTV, and then we are also using the high pressure and cleaning the system. The only challenge is that we are seeing the Chairpersons, it's the foreign objects that are found in the system, the sewer that have been collapsed. So we are also relaying those old clay pipes between the sewers. So also there were no availability of the as-built drawing. And there was also the lack of participation by the LM. What we've done, I've made it a point as a GM to invite the other GM, because I think the GM from the local municipality was not getting the invite. It was only invitation to the managers and up to the technicians. So I'm making a point that is also involved on this program as well. Then the other unblocking on the CBD, we are doing the same thing, Chairperson. We are unblocking the sewer there in the area called the CBD and drainage area. And in the Sakile Extension 6 and 7, we are also doing the unblocking of the sewer. And we are planning to complete it before end of this month as well, Chairperson. And this is a summary of the work that we are doing there, the intervention through the local municipality. The project name that we are doing, Chairperson, is the upgrading of Roykopen internal sewer, where we went physically in phase 2 and 3. It was, after your visit, Chairperson, it was completed on the 30th of November, 2022. And the phase 5 was also followed suit, completed on the 14th of April 2023, and phase 6, Chairperson, we only appointed them 2022, and the plan completion date is January 2024. We are at 82%, and hopefully that by the 19th of January, Chairperson, will be complete with the phase 6. Then the other one, Chairperson, that is moving quite fast, it's phase 1 and 4. We are at 92%. And we appointed them last November, and the due completion date is next year, March, but they are sitting at 92. So we were planning to complete now in December or January. Chairperson, the latest, will meet the plan completion date. The challenges and recommendation, Chairperson, was the municipality. We were worried that now the O&M function, they have surrendered that part to this program of unblocking. but we have raised with MISA our concern that we need them to be part of this program going forward. So we noticed even yesterday they were part of the meeting, and we're happy now they are part of the meeting as well. Then we are also working on the live spilling sewer in the area, but we are managing, and the ward councillor in the area are much active. We have created a group whereby if there's something that we've missed, they can indicate, and we address those one during the weekend as well. We've got the standby teams that will be able to assist. And the recent one, Chairperson, is the theft and the vandalism throughout the project, but we are the contractors are claiming from their insurance when there's a theft or vandalism of any sort on the site. And we also viewed that there are no bylaws. They are discharging, the companies are discharging raw fats and blood gravity into the infrastructure. So we need, as a local municipality, to have the bylaws so that we can monitor what has been discharged into our system, so that we can assist the local municipality on the development or promulgating of the bylaws as well. Then, Chairperson, we have, when the MM indicated that we have some plans for the water services, we are missing the water services development plan, the water conservation and demand management, and the co-funding, but we will be assisting the local municipality to develop those plans so that we can have a recommendation for the water services in the area. Then we want as well the local municipality to expedite the filling of the vacancy post and the training of the operators as well. And the other one is just the business forum during the project initial days, but we normally get some law enforcement to assist us. Then the recommendation, Chairperson, is that the report be noted. And the next one, Chairperson, is just I want to show the pictorial pictures of Extension 8. What is happening, we were starting with the sewer. If you've seen those areas, there was live sewer on them, and we're starting to lay the pipe on the other side. So we have taken the sewer away now from those households, and this is the before and the during construction pictures. And this is the unblocking as well, Chair, whereby we've got some teams that are ready to unblock the sewer, and whereby the pipes have collapsed. We are also having a relay of the pipeline in the area. So we needed in this type of intervention, our technicians, our local technicians to be involved in these programs. And it's where there's a unblocking as well, Chairperson. And we are showing that now the area has been dry, and we find some encroachment and on our lines, but the CLOs are helping us to mitigate those risks. Then, Chairperson, when I was saying that there are foreign stuff on the manholes, these are the stuff we found. We found rugs, we found rocks, we found all type of foreign stuff on our manholes, but we are cleaning them and lifting them up and also closing them with the lids as well, so that maybe the kids, they don't throw any stones on our sewer lines. These are also the water conservation we are doing in the area, the valves, the closing, and the chambers that we are doing, and the building thereof. And this is a work in Roykopen, Chairperson, and the inlet works, the operation building emergency dam outlook, and also the M&E works that we are doing, and the laying of the pipes, Chairperson. Thank you very much. That's the report from the district. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much for the report. We will now move to the province. The MEC, Mr. Msebi, will not be able to attend. We were informed, so we noted the apology, and it was confirmed that the delegation from the province would be led by the HOD. Mr. Ngubane, over to you.
Honorable Chairperson, capable Mr. Figile Pasa, our Chairperson, and his portfolio committee. Of course, indeed, it is so, Chair, that our MEC is writing exams, and they had asked to apologize from the discussion, just like you know, Chair, that the higher you go, the colder it becomes. That's a science adage, the old one. And I saw that the municipal manager of the district also adopted that, so that we do not just cast a lonely figure here. I have with me Mr. Gunene, the Chief Director for Local Government, whom I will share this presentation with without delaying you so much. My greetings to the municipality, the local municipality, the colleagues there, as well as the political leadership that's present, the district municipality, the my colleagues at the provincial level, but also the colleagues at a national level with those political leaders that may just be present in the meeting. I will start with the presentation, Chair. I'm not sure if we would be sharing or they will be rolling from your side, whichever that may be. I would not have a problem in this regard.
Yes, it is on the screen.
Okay, now we will start with the recommendations that you had asked, and then I will present them. Following that will be the presentation by the Mr. Gunene on the state of the municipality, starting with the time by the committee. We were asked to actually explain why we were not responsive in terms of the request by the municipality for the skills audit. Chairperson, in our response, we must indicate before I could actually get into it. This has been a very protracted program, and I agree with you that it has been delayed for some time. As I will show in the next slide, that it started way back in 2021, 2022. But we have been struggling with the resources in this regard, Chair. If you look at this plan, we had to first start with the assessment of the skills needs, the audit needs that were there. And it was actually dealt with in the 2021, 2022. And we also continued with some of this in 2022, 23. We then went ahead, Chair, with the preliminary evaluation of these skills gaps. And that's when we also tabled this matter with the committee around that time, that there was a need for the training, but also indicating which gaps needed to be closed and the interventions that goes with that. That was for the 22-23 financial year. And also in this financial year, we started with local government SETA to actually see to it that some resources are allocated for the training of some of the skills gaps. The advertisements that we had to issue were with regards to the accredited service providers that we are to use for the skills audit. And I'm happy, Chair, that we have already done that, and it has actually been finalized. As you can see, that there would be a presentation that just deals with when is the actual implementation shall take place. The workshopping of the municipal staff regulations was just part thereof. And also we finalized the panel that is going to be used for this purpose. Just before you can move on, please, just on the previous slide. Yes. I must just also indicate, Chair, that we have appointed the service providers. As from the 27th of November, Chair, they will be starting in the 3 municipalities that have been identified. That's Lekwa, amongst others, but also Emakazeni and City of Bombela, so that we can just deal with this. The rollout plan is all out there, and we are going to be starting from the 27th of November, just like I've indicated. We hope to have a final skills audit report handed over before the end of March, because it's part of our current APP chair. It's a must that we deliver on this by mid of March 2024. And therefore, that report shall actually be able to categorize all the skills gaps that are identified and also put it orderly into various disciplines, you know, your technical, your human resources, and what have you. All those disciplines, we shall be able to have an indicative report as to which gaps are identified and where do they lie. And after which the skills training and the upgrading that is required shall then follow for the best of the 2024-2025 financial year. So in short, Chair, by end of March, we shall be able to even share with you the report that indicates what are the skills gaps and what are the interventions that are required for the Lekwa municipality, but also in the two other municipalities of Emakhazen and City of Durban. What follows next is the stage of local government or the stage of the municipality in Lekwa municipality, just in summary, as shall be taken through by Chief Director Gudnani, if you do approve, Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Approved.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Gudnani. Okay.
Thank you very much, HOD. Good morning to the chairperson, the honorable members, our executive mayors in the meeting, MMs and colleagues. We are going to take you through our state of local municipality report. I will quickly go through the issues because a number of the issues have already been touched in the previous presentations. Under the issue of the political situation in the municipality, we must indicate that it had been relatively stable until the recent events that the Honorable Executive Mayor has already touched on, which saw a motion of no confidence being passed in that municipality. There were quite a number of issues that were raised as causes for the motion of no confidence, and those were basically around the issues of service delivery. However, as the Executive Mayor has indicated, that has since come to pass, and there was an elections held again, and he was re-elected into the position of Executive Mayor. I think what it has highlighted to us as a department is that indeed, at any point in time, the situation can turn volatile, although it has been stable since the local government elections, but indeed, it does show us that we need to monitor the situation in the municipality because at any given point in time, things can change. On the issues of governance, we are reporting, Honorable Chairperson, that all the oversight structures are in place in the municipality and they are meeting as required. Council meetings are sitting, the attendance is good, and we don't have any problems that we have picked up in as far as the issues of governance is concerned. On the issue of public participation, the MM has already alluded to, we have been working with them to assist them to strengthen the issues of public participation in the municipality. Otherwise, overall, on the issues of governance, the municipality has been performing well and is relatively a stable, Chairperson. Again, on the issue of administration, we're happy, Chairperson, that after a very, very long time, the municipality has managed to fill all its senior managers' posts. We're also happy that they have also reviewed their organogram this year. It was submitted to the department, and the MEC has already commented and given feedback to the municipality, of which they are already implementing those recommendations that have been made by the MEC. Of course, we are noting that in terms of the organogram, they've got over 1,000 posts, and of these already about 483 have been filled and 543 posts remain vacant. What we've insisted to the municipality is that any recruitment that it must happen in line with the municipal staff regulations. Of course, they've also signed the necessary performance agreements and contracts and will be monitoring that the municipality does indeed assess the performance of the senior managers and the managers below the senior managers in the municipality. Honorable Chairperson, around the issue of financial management, I think I will move over to slide number 10, which gives a better picture in terms of the financial management. If you look at the issues of the outcome of the table budget, we are still concerned that the municipality has passed an unfunded budget. However, the issues that we are raising is that we've requested the municipality to put in place a budget funding plan, which will then speak to how they are going to reduce the issues of the unfunded budget. But it is of great concern that the municipality has again passed an unfunded budget. The issues of our revenue budget increase is not in line also with Circular 123, which we have also raised with the municipality. On the next slide, Chairperson, we're just giving a picture of the impact of the assessment of billed services. On the property rates, I think the important point we want to raise is that the billed property rates decreased from an average billing in 2021 of about 14 million to 12.9 million in about 2022-23. It decreased with about 10%. And on electricity, again, the billed electricity decreased from 33.8 million in 2021 to about 29.1 million in 2022-23, which is a decrease of about 16%. The total services, excluding the property, on water, the billed water decreased from 7.1 million in 2021 to 6 million in 2022-23, which is also a decrease of about 18%. The total billed revenue decreased from 45 million in 2021 to 40.8 million in 2023, which is a decrease of about 10%, Chairperson. Again, this just gives a picture around the budget versus the billed or actual revenue collected in 2023. I'll go to the total revenue at the bottom, and we're indicating, Chairperson, that Lekwa's budget for all services for the 2022-23 financial year was about 2.8 billion. The municipality collected 1.9 billion of the 2.4 billion billed, a payment of about 82%, and 68% of the adjustment budget was collected. So there has been a decline in as far as the collection of the municipality is concerned. Chairperson, again, on the next slide, we're just giving a picture of the budget billed versus the actual revenue collected in as far as up to October 2023. We're indicating, Chairperson, that Lekwa's budget for all services for 2022-23 financial year up to October was 271 million. The municipality collected 225 million of the 228 million that was billed, which is a payment level that has increased to 98% against the billed amount and 81% against the budget that was collected. On the next slide, Chairperson, we are just giving an indication of the ESCOM balances, and as far as Lekwa is concerned, we are able to indicate, Chairperson, that there has been an increase in terms of the ESCOM debt, and as it's September 2023, they were standing at about 2.1 billion in terms of the money being owed to ESCOM. On the next slide, Chairperson, this is just a picture of the UIFW movement and balances. I think we can just summarize it that the UIFW increased from 1.5 billion to 1.6 billion with no reduction of irregular expenditure. The MPACs and the disciplinary board members have been trained on all the processes relating to UIFW and their responsibilities. We are hoping, Chairperson, that after this capacity building, these two oversight structures will begin to deal with the issues of UIFW in the municipality. On this slide, Chairperson, we're just giving an indication of the support that has been provided by Provincial Treasury to support and assist the municipality to be able to turn around its financial situation. Chairperson, on the issue of service delivery, this is just an indication as far as how the municipality is doing on service delivery. I will not spend a lot of time on that because the district has already touched on the interventions that have been put in place, as well as the MM also gave the interventions that they're putting in place now. Again, this is just a slide that talks to the issues around service delivery. I will not spend a lot of time on these issues, Chairperson. I think, Chairperson, in brief, this is the analysis that we are looking at in as far as the municipality is concerned. The lessons that we have learned over the previous quarter is that we must look at the issues of the stability of the municipality, the political stability of the municipality. We must also deal with the issues of UIFW. We must also support the municipality to ensure that they adhere to their ESCOM repayment plan so that we're able to deal with the issue of the ESCOM debt. And having said that, Chairperson, thank you very much. I will end there on the presentation.
Thank you very much for the presentation. We'll now come to the last presentation by the National Department of Cooperative. The Minister indeed has given us the DDG, who must take over. DDG.
Good morning, Chairperson and members of the committee, colleagues, the DG of Cooperative, the HOD of Cooperative in the province. Chairperson, we appreciate the opportunity. We are going to try not to repeat what the province, the district municipality, as well as the local municipality itself have already presented. And I think that, Chairperson, you can see from these three presentations that there is indeed progress in relation to the matters that were identified by the committee in last year when the committee was in Lekwa. However, it is also clear that there is still a lot of work that still needs to be done to get to a state where the municipality is sustainable. Chairperson, as I indicated, our focus really will be on a few issues. And the first issue that we are going to talk to is the implementation of the FRP, the Financial Recovery Plan. You will recall, Chairperson, that this municipality was put under intervention by the National Executive in terms of Section 139(7) of the Constitution. I'm not going to talk to this. I will, with your permission, at the end, Chairperson, ask National Treasury, who are in the meeting, to speak to it, since they were leading the implementation of the FRP. Chairperson, we looked at various indicators and as I said, I will not talk to all of them, but we've looked at the implementation of the MIG program. We took a particular interest on this one since Cooperative National is the one dispersing this grant. And we can indicate, Chairperson, that indeed the municipality improved from a 63% expenditure in the 21-22 financial year to 100% in the 22-23 financial year. We've also looked at the 23-24 financial year scenario, and we've noticed that the municipality is sustaining that improvement as their expenditures at the end of September was above the national average of 10%. They were sitting at 12% against the allocation to the municipality. Chairperson, we also want to confirm that the municipality has been doing well in relation to the other grants that are not dispersed by ourselves. However, we have to monitor all these grants. You can see in this slide, Chairperson, that the municipality working with the the Department of Water and Sanitation have performed well. The bottom table indicates that the monies that are allocated to the municipality in relation to the regional bulk infrastructure grant are Schedule 6B allocations, which means that they are indirectly allocated to the municipality. They are implemented by the department, not by the municipality itself. but nonetheless, you can see that the expenditure there is consistent with the report that was given by both by the local municipality and the district municipality in relation to the implementation of projects around water and sanitation. But the municipality has also reported on the INEP, and we can confirm, Chairperson, that there is, again, consistency between what they have reported and what we have observed during our assessment. Chair, these other matters have been reported by the municipality, so I'm not going to go into them as I indicated. We want to confirm, Chairperson, that indeed the implementation of the projects around service delivery is happening. But we also want to indicate that
I disturb your slides are not moving. I'm not sure whether it's you who should be moving them. We are in the first slide.
Oh, apologies, Chairperson. Let me try and reload. I am moving the slides. I'm not sure why they are not moving, but let me unshare the slides and perhaps start afresh. The colleagues in the Secretariat do have this presentation, Chairperson. Maybe if I may ask that they share. It's a short presentation.
Okay.
There was something, and I'm almost okay. Let me try again. Okay, can you see this one, Chairperson?
Yes, the first one. Yes, we can see. Then move.
Okay, can we move to slideshow and then move to the slide towards the end on LED? Because I've spoken to the other slides. Chair, if you can confirm if it's moving now.
There is movement. You can direct it to where it should be. You don't have to repeat.
Yes, okay, thank you, Chair. As I indicated, I'm almost done. Slide 20, Mr. Maripane. Keep moving. You're almost there. Yes, this one. Here, Chairperson, I just wanted to highlight the fact that we have been working with the municipality through our community work program, and they have been active in that municipality. And we also want to indicate that Sanral has been doing work in that area. And I'm sure that if the committee were to go there, they would see the work that is being done on the main arterial routes that pass through the town there. The work is not complete. However, it is the progress is visible. Next slide, Mr. Maripane. Which should be our last slide, Chairperson. However, as I indicated earlier on, we want to go back to the slide on the FRP and request, with your permission, that Kavita from National Treasury comments on it. We just want to indicate here, Chairperson, that as COCTA, we have been active in this municipality through our agency being MISA, but we've also at some point deployed our own officials at this municipality to support the municipality with the work that they are doing there. Chairperson, we lastly want to suggest that the committee should indeed continue to keep an eye on this municipality. And if it is supported the way it is supported, and if there is leadership at the municipality that is prepared to be supported, they can actually do better in the coming years. Can we go back to the slide on FRP, and then I'm going to invite Kavita to talk to it, and that will be the end of our submission, Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you, DDG Duma, Honorable Chair and members of the committee, all protocol observed. I can't see the slide that you want me to speak to.
It's Mr. Maripane, the slide is at the beginning, please. If you can just go back to the beginning. It's got a table and a graph on the FRP.
Okay, this is the slide. So, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Committee members, what we have before us is part of the implementation plan of the recovery plan that we prepared for Lekwa. So when we prepare any recovery plan, we first do a status quo assessment to determine what the issues in the municipality are. We then prepare a recovery plan, and then we prepare an implementation plan, which is further broken down into activities, that we can measure and monitor progress in the municipality. So our FRP process is also not just looking solely at financial performance. We do include areas of governance, institutional arrangements, and service delivery. So if you look at the table, you would see in governance the number of activities that we have identified for completion in order for the municipality to make significant progress in its recovery was 58. Of the 58, 9 have been completed, 49 are in progress. So there are no activities that have not yet commenced. With institutional, we identified 34 activities. Again, we have 16 completed, 18 in progress, and none of the outstanding activities have not commenced. With financial, we actually have completed 10, and there are 16 in progress, but with financial indicators, they are also ongoing. So a lot of the indicators, although they haven't been completed, for a while they will be ongoing in the system. And then on the service delivery issues, we have 15 that have been completed, 76 that are in progress, and 4 that have not yet commenced in relation to what we need to do with the FRP. I also want to indicate that of the 3 national interventions that we have at the moment, the Lekwa, Mangaung, and the Enoch and Gajima, I think the most successful to date has been the Lekwa intervention. And part of the reason for its success is we get extremely good cooperation from the municipal administration. So that, I think, in a nutshell, just summarizes where we are in terms of implementing the FRP and of the activities that we still are in progress and activities that still need to commence. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. We are handing over back to you. We will be here to answer questions. If I may indicate that the DG of DCOC is here as well, Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate the presence of so many and the presentations that have been made. Even before, in fact, in every presentation we're making, we are saying we must note. I think we have noted with that note, honorable members, now it's your turn to engage with the progress report. I see the hand of Honorable Spies. Honorable Smale and Honorable Mbumza. Can we follow that order? Honorable Space.
Good morning, Chairperson. Good morning to colleagues, and thank you for all the presenters for the presentations. Chairperson, my first question will be with regards to the Eskom debt. I am glad that we have been informed of the current status and that it is at 2.1 billion. And in that regard, I would just like to know what is the plan going forward. I have heard that the municipality has requested from Eskom to exclude them from the water treatment works from load shedding, and that they are busy engaging. I just wanted to get a sense of what was the response, whether it was conceded to, and also the municipality made mention of that there is the issue of a capital investment with regards to this current negotiations. Then, Chairperson, water remains still a huge crisis in Lekwa. And as you would know and seen on national TV, there were months where residents went without water for about 6 days, a week without water. I want to understand whether that situation has improved and that people are no more going without water. Then in terms of the long-term plan, I have heard that the mention was made of upgrades being done, but that the municipality does not know where the funding will come from, and that to me raises a concern. It was mentioned that own funding is made available. I need to understand how much money the municipality has set aside from their own funds for this. The panel of service providers that were appointed to deal with the issues of water and water treatment, at what cost are they coming to the municipality? Further on, the issue of water tankers being made available when water is not available. I need to understand whether that is actually happening and whether it is and it enables trucks to deliver water on a regular basis when it happens. Then the next question from my side would be, what is the status of the filling of senior management posts? It is my understanding that the Chief Financial Officer position has not been filled. I want to ascertain whether that is so. I also understand that it's been advertised, but that the official that is currently acting in that position is not qualified to hold that position. I want to get the sense of whether that is correct or true. Then mention was made that the municipality does not have an impressive audit track record, meaning that it's not in good financial standing. Therefore, it is currently under a financial recovery plan, as we heard. Also, that the municipality has an unfunded budget. Now, Chairperson, with this in mind, I need to understand, first of all, whether the reports that is submitted by Lekwa, whether that is happening on a monthly basis, and if we could be finished with that reports. It's also been said that most decisions taken by the municipality, and I think it was on Treasury, most of those decisions are made in the best interest of council. That is their observation. And if that is the case, Chairperson, I need to then understand, I need to get some form of response from the municipality. If that is so, that Lekwa is not in financial good standing, they have an unfunded budget, how is it that the council could approve the officials' participation in Samsara games to the amount of 1 million rand, what that was spent? I want to understand that how is it possible that a responsible council and leadership could take such an irresponsible decision when a municipality is actually struggling? And I believe, and I looked at the council resolution, that this money was made available through environment. I think, Chair, one needs to really ask the leadership of the municipality if they are serious about, being cash-strapped, about not having funds, and whether a priority like this is really a priority. In my view, it's not. 1 million rand is a lot of money. A lot of things could be done with 1 million rand. Then, Chairperson, as far as I know, there's been a Section 106 investigation in this municipality. Can I request what is the status of this 106 investigation? Whether it's still outstanding, whether it's in progress, what is happening? And then I also need to ascertain, Chair, is it so that that there are 2 employees that are still within the employment of Lekwa that are implicated in that Section 106 investigation? And when will this process be finalized? The issue of the skills audit that I wanted to also ask questions on has been touched on and discussed or explained to us. But I want to understand the service provider that was appointed to handle this issue of a skills audit. What is the cost involved for this process? I want to understand. So I want to get in a report on that. I do think there is no sense of urgency, Chair. If I look back into the dates of when this skills audit started and to where it is now, it's almost taken like 2 years to get the skills audit up and running and completed. I need to understand what percentage of the operating expenditure the salary bill is at Lekwa. And then, fortunately, the issues that I've listed for myself in terms of public participation has been addressed. So I only have 2 questions in that regard, actually 3. I want to understand how many staff, what is your staff complement, Lekwa Municipality, in terms of your communications department, in terms of your public participation unit. And then I need to understand your community works program, is it operating? If so, if it's operating, how is the municipality utilizing these workers? Chairperson, I'm going to, at that point, stop and allow my colleagues. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Honorable Smale.
Thank you, Chairperson. I'm not going to repeat what my colleagues have said, but let me just then focus on the financial recovery plan and the stabilization of the governance section, the human resource section, and the financial management issue. It's clear that over the last 1.5 or 2 years since national intervention took place in May 21, that debt levels has actually increased and actually increased nearly with 1 billion rand. And I'm trying to understand, to get my head around it, to say why were we not able to curb that, and why weren't we able to stabilize that? The debt, I saw that there was a write-off with the water of 500 million rand, but with Eskom, the 2.2 billion rand debt growing from 1.3 billion to 2.2 billion. Is there currently a sort of a debt relief arrangement in writing with Eskom and dealing with that? And if so, can we have clarity on it if there is? And if there isn't, I would want to ask, why isn't there anything in writing? My sense of accountability and holding people accountable seems vague in this report, to the best. So there's very little emphasis on how we're dealing with the unwanted expenditure. Chairperson, I think there needs to be a clear report on the type of investigations that are being currently run, the type of people that are being placed on suspension, the type of possible cases lodged at our Chapter 9 institutions, if any, because at this given stage, our responsibility and with a national intervention means that we have got to clear the unwanted expenditure, and that means that we have got to follow the procedures set out in the Municipal Finance Management Act, and it seems like we're not doing that currently. Chairperson, I would also, from a technical point of view, if we look at the water losses that the municipality Lekwa is currently experiencing, or that it has been indicated, and that there are efforts in reports of reducing water losses. I'm a man of statistics, and I would want to understand what are the flow of water, the megaliters that are currently going into the system, and the flow meters that are actually being read, and the actual megaliters that are actually being lost, and what are the percentage of water losses against that, so that we actually can start looking at a numeral value and actual expenditure on that. There was indications on the one report that they on the water treatment plant that we didn't have operators at these sewer pump stations. There's a non-availability of municipal operators at sewer pump stations. That was one of the issues that was identified. I'm trying to understand how are we dealing with that currently, and if we look at the interventions in the sewer network and the sewer plant, the capacity of the plant that is getting upgraded, what is the current capacity, and where will it go to, and what is the actual flow into the plant currently, against what the plant is designed to, and if once the plant is completed, I'm trying to understand. Yes, it might deal with the need of the municipality, but I'm trying to understand for how long. So is it overcapacitating so that it makes provision for a possible 5%, 6% growth in the next 2 or 3 or 4 years or 5 years? In that stage, from a technical point of view, I would want to try to understand those issues. The issue around the staff component operational budget, the question was asked, what was the percentage? But with 480 or 543 vacant positions in the staff organogram, if those positions are filled, where will it bring the staff operational budget's percentage against the expenditure of the operational budget? How does that look like? And then to National Treasury with signing off on an unfunded budget, because you are still the custodian in the administration part of a financial recovery plan, and that is to make sure that there's a sustainable phase linking into the municipality. What was your input or your efforts in trying to rework or redesign the budget in order to make it a funded budget? And being an unfunded budget, can we have an indication of is this unfunding items being funded at the expense of not paying Eskom and your water authorities? because that would seems to be the case. And if so, how are we stopping? How do we stop the immediate effect of not paying those two main service providers? Your creditors, can we have an analysis of what is happening on your creditors list? If they are being paid on 30 days, or how many other creditors are actually not being paid on a 30-day process, so that we actually have a bit of a broader picture of how that looks like, Chairperson. And it might be extremely technical, but I think at this stage where we are, I do think that the relevant people can give an overview, but I would ask that a proper analysis report actually be compiled by the various personnel or departments that is on this session, and that it is being submitted to the portfolio committee for further evaluation on those numbers. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Mbumza.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Good morning to you, Minister, if still present, honorable members, and the senior management of the three spheres of government present in this particular meeting. Chair, let's welcome the detailed presentation of the report in response to questions that were raised by the portfolio committee. We really appreciate this detailed work that has been presented. Chair, you pardon me if then this matter perhaps was reported, and because at some point I was kicked out. Chair, at the time of, because I listened to the municipal manager, I didn't get this one. At the time of our visit to the Lekwa Municipality, we really from a, we were met and welcomed by streets that were terribly potholed. And such a dilapidated infrastructure in the form of road network was actually posing a financial risk to motorists through their insurances. At the same time, was exposing the municipality to be vulnerable to a high risk of litigation by the motorists themselves. While indirectly, this was actually pushing back, or was being a deterrent to visitors into that particular city, in that no one would travel and get into a city that was fully potholed, all the streets. Now, I would need to understand in this report whether the intervention that was raised, because earlier the municipal manager indicated that in the presentation that they have been charged to intervene to challenges related to water and electricity and sanitation, which were developing into a crisis. Yet, the road network was also the very crisis that we saw. Could we then be explained as whether this intervention had actually addressed the nature of the road network? Are those potholes been sealed as of now? Again, Chair, the is, or the chief director, he indicated that earlier on in that municipality, there was a relative stability. Until then, there was this issue of the vote of no confidence against the mayor. At the same time, was indicating to us that from a governance and oversight point of view, everything has been well, because committees of council and everything, all oversight structures are in existence and are meeting. But Chair, what is critical is that when we were there, what we could observe was that you might have such governance structures. But what we observed here was that there was no active leadership. And governance structures would function optimally, provided that there is active thought leadership at the helm. So we saw that there was absolutely no absent leadership at the level. And that's the reason we think that there was this vote of no confidence. Because the engagement was indicating that the reality, that municipality didn't have a mayor as an active leader. So my question then, therefore, if that municipality has now returned to stability and some measure of governance, the target is to provide sound governance. And when sound governance is provided, really we would not have potholes, you would not have sewer leaks, you would not have a problem of water shortages and all those particular issues. The critical question now is, do we have strategic active leaders that are at the helm of the governance in that particular municipality? If not, the HOD exists to provide support and build the necessary capacity for that leadership to discharge their constitutional and legal mandate. Are we doing that? If then the kind of leadership is not that active, are we doing that as COCTA? Because we are enjoined by the Constitution to do that. Section 154. And then there's one thing to do that than to comply maliciously with Section 154. And if we were complying maliciously, there would be no desired positive outcome towards this particular question I'm raising. The other point here in terms of, are we also building our monitoring capability as the province so that we are in a position to realize early some of the developments that might be weakening or regressing the governance in the municipalities? The MM chair indicated that in their intervention around the issue of water, he indicated that they are actually installing windmills in rural wards in that municipality. Now, my question from his side was, perhaps the kind of a windmill that I have come across sometime. Now, I wanted to understand whether these windmills he's talking about, is that technology digital driven, or is the windmill of the old that would rely on the natural wind for it to operate? So that indeed it would provide the service that is required. Chair, at the time of our portfolio visit to this particular municipality, the unfunded budget was at 1 billion. And we are getting now even a report to say that currently, even now, the municipality has actually developed an unfunded budget. Now, within the mix of the intervention by provincial treasury, treasury in relation to the financially recovered plan, I think among those matters related to financial recovery plan is not only an issue of looking at financial recovery or revenue, but also is looking at the actual development of a credible budget. Now, how is it possible that having intervened through the financial recovery plan and at the same time having employed officials with requisite skills, the CFO, that this municipality is still developing an unfunded budget? How come is that possible? At the same time, Chair, we are informed that the municipality has realized that, as it was indicated at the time of our visit, that its infrastructure is relatively aging. And the MM is reportedly saying that they are actually busy with refurbishment and upgrade of such dilapidated infrastructure. However, he indicates that they do not have funds. Then what type of a refurbishment and upgrade plan is there that is not financed? And what is the municipality doing in order to get into this situation around? May I hold on, Chair? There. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorables, for the questions. I was still grappling now with how do I guide the responses, but obviously all of us will respond to the questions. Maybe let's start the way we started. We start with the municipality, then we'll move up. Honorable Mayor and your team, can we respond to some of the questions that were directed to the municipality?
Chair. Sorry, Chairperson.
Yes.
Yeah, I missed one question, Chair.
Oh,
Can I come in before they could respond?
Come in, yes.
Yes, Chair. Again, at the time of our visit in this municipality, Chair, of the two landfill sites, we realized that, and it was reported that one of the two landfill sites was not complying with the environmental regulations, and therefore it had to be actually closed down. What is the process around that? Thanks, Chair.
Thank you. Can we then follow that order? We start with the municipality because we are about it. That's where we visited. The mayor of the local municipality and your team, can we respond to some of the questions that were directed to ourselves? Honorable Mayor, are you still there? If not there, the municipal manager must lead the process.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Chairperson, I will respond to the questions. The MM and the other members will also come in. It's quite a lot of questions. Let me first deal with the issue of the ESCOM debt. that as a municipality, we remain committed to the payment of the ESCOM debt, because over and above the payments that we are doing monthly as a municipality, ESCOM has a court order, which, if I'm not mistaken, it was granted in 2018, 2019, in which the three biggest electricity users are paying directly to ESCOM. And ESCOM has also attached a portion of our equitable share. That's part of the court order that was granted to ESCOM. I think it's about 15% of our equitable share that is attached to pay ESCOM annually. But over and above that, as a municipality, we are committed and continue to pay ESCOM monthly in as far as the ESCOM debt is concerned. We have also applied for the ESCOM debt relief after the announcement by the Minister of Finance of the opportunity for municipalities to apply for finance. The item went before council, and the council did approve that we should apply for the debt relief. And obviously, it comes with its own conditions, of which the municipality has considered, which among others include ensuring that we pay the full monthly account of ESCOM every month. The other issue, Chairperson, that I want to respond to is that we do not have the acting CFO. The CFO the CFO position is filled, and there's currently a person occupying that post, and it was advertised because the contract of the current incumbent is coming to an end in January. Now, in terms of the staff regulation, we had to advertise 3 months before the contract of the current incumbent comes to an end, but it has been filled. In as far as the use of CWPs, Chairperson, we are making use of CWPs. In fact, there's a program that is run by the municipality in this regard, the Community Services Department and the Community Works Program, in which we deal with issues of, for an example, illegal dams and other community issues that we are trying to deal with as a municipality in as far as the environment is concerned. And the Community Works Program workers are assisting the municipality greatly in that regard, and there are continuous engagement between Community Services Department and CWP in as far as that is concerned. On the issue of the use of water tankers, I think the indicated the challenges we have in as far as our water treatment plant is concerned, which therefore makes it impossible for certain areas to get water. In Lekwa, we have areas that have not received water for the past 10, 12 years. And as part of our engagement with stakeholders, we are looking at permanent solutions of ensuring that these community members have access to water. But where honorable member was asking about community members that went without water for 6 days, that matter has been attended to. The indicated that most of the infrastructure that we currently have in as far as water is concerned, it's old asbestos material, and which breaks now and again, and that was the case, and it was attended to. The other problem was the problem that we were experiencing at the abstraction point, where we lost some of the pumps, and one of the stakeholders within the community came in and assisted us to lease at least one mobile pump that we could fit in, so as to ensure that we can pump more water. But as the has indicated, that the procurement of the 4 turbine pumps that were purchased by Sirit will assist us a lot to ensure that we are able to pump more water into our reservoirs, so that we can be able to at least meet the demand. In as far as the other questions are concerned, with potholes and roads, we have a program as a municipality of patching potholes, and that program continues. For an example, today they were busy at Walter Sisulu Street fixing potholes. But over and above that, Chairperson, seeing that the location of the municipality means that you've got all these trucks that are traveling through the municipality, going either to Emajuba and accessing other mines around the municipality. And the fact that Lekwa Municipality, Standerton as a town, is surrounded by provincial roads, your R50, your R23, which are all major roads that are taking traffic into the municipality. And therefore, the road infrastructure of the municipality can't be able to handle such load. What we have done as a municipality, we've had engagement with SANRAL, Department of Transport, the Office of the Premier in Mpumalanga, and the Department of Public Works, because we were advised that SANRAL can come in and assist on condition that we are able to transfer some of these roads to SANRAL so that SANRAL can repair these roads and transfer them back into the municipality. That process is ongoing. We should be seeing results within a short space of time. We've also engaged the stakeholders around the municipality, Goldie, for an example, Siriti and ISCOM, in as far as the road infrastructure on the R50 is concerned. They are also assisting us in revamping and rebuilding that road so that we can have a better road infrastructure. But majority of our roads are very old and they are very dilapidated, and therefore patching of potholes is one, but a short a solution in addressing the issue of the road infrastructure. What we have done with streets like Hlongwane Drive and Princess Streets, we've removed the tar that was there, which was very old and has become a health hazard to road users. We've put paving in Princess Street, which has assisted motorists a lot as they access the CPD. We've also done the same thing with Hlongwane Drive. We've resealed that road and upgraded that road. The condition thereof is much better, but we are looking at addressing more roads. In as far as the Samsara Games are concerned, I must indicate, Honorable Chairperson, that this is one issue that was a very contentious issue within the municipality, because municipal workers were participating in the Samsara Games long before we could even come in as this administration. So when we came in, they were already participating in these games. And as the executive, we've had our reservations and we've raised this together with the administration that our participation in these games does not serve us well, because it requires a lot of money. And the correct amount used was not 1 million, it was 546,000. Once we had workers participating in these games, in the provincial games, we said we could not afford for them to go and participate in the national games. But the issue was so contentious and so heated that we had to make an item and bring it before council so that we allowed the council to take a decision. And unfortunately, the council then resolved that the municipality will assist employees to participate in these games. That was against the advice from the administration indicating, and the executive indicating, the huge amount and the huge cost involved in participating in these games. Unfortunately, then a decision was taken by council to allow municipal workers to participate in these games. Let me stop there for now, Chairperson, and allow the MM and other members to respond. I might come back later after the MM has responded. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
MM and Tim.
Chairperson, thank you very much. I'll attempt to go through these questions in the chronological manner in which they were asked. The executive mayor has already spoken about the 2.1 billion that we owe ESCOM. He has already indicated that there is a court order against this particular the payments that we need to make to ESCOM. But what I'd like to bring to your attention, Chairperson, is the fact that our losses on this particular trading account are quite huge, and they have been for the longest of time. You look at how this account grew over the years. It's about 10 years in the making. And this is as a result of all the illegal connections that we have and bypasses and distribution losses that we have as a municipality on this trading account. What we've done though, through the assistance of the National Treasury, was that in the previous financial year, we were given 45 million rands, or rather, we were beneficiaries of a program worth 45 million rands, wherein the National Treasury bought about, let's call it 7,500 meters, prepaid meters for the municipality so that we can install them and try and do away with all the conventional metering and all the electrical losses on our network. But we've got in excess of 35,000 households in this municipality. So 7,000, yes, it's welcome, but it doesn't go as far as we'd like it to go, so that we can attend to all the electrical losses that we are suffering on the network. And that is also to try and improve our collection rate. Our collection rate on this was sitting at about 71–72% on electricity alone. We'd like to bring it up to the Treasury standard of about 95%. So there's still quite some way to go before we get there. But at the end of the day, what we are getting from Eskom, it's far greater than what we are collecting. So the minute we can deal with all the losses on the electrical network, we should be able to service the Eskom debt and bring it under control. Coupled to that is the Eskom relief program that we have applied for with the resolution of council. The jury is still out on when we can get a verdict, but we are waiting with bated breath, Chairperson. Secondly, the water treatment works and trying to exclude it from load shedding. As I've indicated, we've had engagements with Eskom concerning this, and in principle, they are in agreement. However, we need to upgrade our SCADA system for the SCADA system to be able to handle such an exclusion. And the last time I checked, the upgrade itself of the SCADA system was hovering around 3.54 million rands. So this is a program in the pipeline. We're hoping that through our engagements with our stakeholders, major stakeholders, will be able to get this funding and upgrade the SCADA system so that at the very least, we can exclude the water treatment works from load shedding. Thirdly, insofar as water shortages are concerned, Chairperson, let me put it this way. Our water treatment plant was designed for about 37 megaliters a day. Our demand for water on a daily basis, it's sitting at about 52 megaliters a day. So even with the water treatment works operating optimally, there will still be a shortage of water at some point. Somebody in the network is going to run out of water. So the general idea is for us to upgrade the water treatment works so that at the very least it matches the demand, but preferably it should exceed the demand so that we infuse some future planning into the capacity of the water treatment works. The intervention is by the National Department of Water and Sanitation through the district. The current works is for the refurbishment of the water treatment works, and the future works that we are looking at is now the upgrade so that we can build a second phase of the water treatment works. So the funding will come from DWS, as I've indicated. The panel costs for water tankers. The cost at which water tankers come in, as you would understand, they're market related. There is quite a number of factors that lead up to what the final cost of any water tanker would be, because there's a number of variables that constitute that, including the diesel costs and labor costs and things like that. But at the very least, what it does for us is to plug the hole when there is shortage of water in our communities, which is, as I've indicated, compounded by the load shedding. So in as much as we would like to keep the use of water tankers to a minimum, it is essential. Otherwise, we are going to have people sitting without water for prolonged periods of time. Let's talk about the filling of the position of the CFO. The executive mayor has already indicated that we do not have an acting CFO. We have a CFO. The only reason that we advertise the position is because the CFO's contract comes to an end at the end of January next year. So we do not want to sit with a vacuum or a period wherein we do not have a CFO. Hence, we'd like to start doing the heavy lifting now and start shortlisting, interviewing people, and hopefully before the December holidays, we would have issued an appointment letter so that we allow the incumbent to serve their notice wherever they are for the month of January. The Samsra Games. The executive mayor has already spoken about that also, but I need to point out very eloquently that the matter came before myself as in the form of a request before it went to council. It came before myself and I outright declined it. I said, there's no way that we are going to spend this money on the games when we're sitting with so many chronic challenges. But then as the EM has indicated, the matter became very heated to a point where I said, there's no way that I'm going to take the decision to approve these games. Rather, let's present the matter before council. And if council in its own wisdom feels that it should approve this particular request, then we'll execute. And it went to council, and we all know what happened in council. It was approved. All we had to do as administration was to then find the funding to fund these games. The Section 106 report and investigation. I'm happy that Provincial Copter is here. We have been reporting regularly to Provincial Copter on the progress against this Section 106 investigation. Maybe to give you a preview of the latest developments, there has been a number of employees that I have charged in line with the Section 106 investigation. It went through a disciplinary process. And that is an independent process that the accounting officer or the mayor or anybody else has got very little control over, because it's an independent presiding officer who sits there together with the prosecutors and so forth. It is a regulated process, and we are still waiting for the outcome of that process. Hopefully it will be in quite soon, because it was done some time back. The skills audit, I think that has already been attended to. Sorry, Chairperson, I'm just trying to go through all the questions here while I'm responding. There was a question containing accountability and discipline and consequence management. Chairperson, in general, the general principle that we carry ourselves with here is that there must be consequences for transgressions. And if you look at all our labor matters and the number of people that we have already put through disciplinary processes measures in the past year alone, it's quite outstanding. The reason I'm saying that is because one of the primary contributing reasons to why the municipality is in the state that it's in is because of its work culture. For a long time, this municipality, for over a decade, there's been this work culture that has been allowed to go on with impunity and very little consequences. So this is a matter that is on our radar, and we are actively disciplining people. I just do not have the numbers before me and find them. But there has been quite a number of disciplinary matters that we have attended to, and a number of people that we have relieved of their duties as a result of these disciplinary processes. I remember in the last financial year, we've already relieved 2 managers of their duties and a number of other junior. There were questions concerning the water losses. The executive mayor has already spoken about the water losses that we incur. And this is largely because of the asbestos pipes that we still have, and will require a total upgrade of our water network from asbestos, preferably to HDPE or UPVC if we can. The operators at the sewer pump stations, we've made a number of appointments in the previous months of operators for the sewer pump stations. I know that that is in our recruitment plan for this financial year. I just cannot tell you how many we've made appointments for, but I remember signing off a number of appointment letters for sewer pump station operators in about 3 months back or so. Okay, let's talk about the vacancy rate in the municipality, Chairperson. As indicated, we've got a fairly high vacancy rate. Just over 500 positions are vacant. And this I've made very clear from the onset that our primary goal is to fill all these vacancies that are service delivery related or are correlated to the primary service delivery issues. What do I mean by that? I mean, we should fill most of our positions in technical services, such as our plumbers, our electricians, and those types of positions for people who respond primarily to service delivery. Also in community services, in solid waste management, parks and gardens, refuse removal, and things like that. Because that is the face of the municipality. We cannot sit with a high vacancy rate in those positions because we will not be in a position to provide services. But there's something that I'd like to caution here, Chairperson. One is that all the positions that we fill have a direct correlation to our salary bill. Currently, our salary bill is sitting at about 25 million, including third-party payments, taxes, pay-as-you-earn, medical aids, and things like that. So the more positions you fill, the more you increase your salary bill. But if your service delivery positions are filled, they are also directly correlated to revenue generation and revenue enhancement. So we need to start with those positions first before we start filling all of our office-based positions, Chairperson. So I'm saying that it requires fancy footwork to have a fine balance between the vacancy rate and managing your overhead costs. But it's something that we do very carefully if you look at our recruitment plan.
Moving on to the unfunded budget, there has been quite a number of measures. By the way, it's now an open secret that we have adopted an unfunded budget. And the primary contributing factors to the unfunded budget is largely our DWS account and the ESCOM account. Those are the two biggest contributors to the unfunded portion of the budget. But that is also largely because we are suffering the greatest losses on those two trading accounts, both on water and ESCOM. If you were for any reason be able to exclude these two trading accounts on our financials and start looking at all of our ratios and things like that, our cash coverage ratios and those types of things, you'll then see the improvement in it. So what it means is that at some point we need to cover all the trading accounts, both on electricity and water. Then we will start seeing the improvement on the portion of the unfunded budget. Measures that have been taken to reduce it, we've got a budget funding plan. Amongst others, what we have done is we have applied for the ESCOM debt relief program. We have recently appointed a valuer so that we can take stock of all the properties that we have in the municipality. And we can then start generating revenue from our non-exchange transactions, which is our property rates and taxes. We can then charge the appropriate rates for all the properties that we have in the municipality. The intervention of water affairs to assist us with all the water-related issues will then also improve the funded portion of the budget, because we then start generating revenue from water, which has not been done in quite some time. We have gone on a very aggressive meter reading and meter auditing process, both on water and electricity, so that we can account and read all the conventional meters that we have in the municipality. The creditors' payment before 30 days, we can provide an analysis report, Honorable Member, of how we're paying all our creditors. But I can confidently say, with the exception of one or two creditors, such as ESCOM and Water Affairs, most of our creditors are serviced within the required 30 days, unless there is one or two exceptions. But generally, we do service our creditors within 30 days. The only thing that throws our payment record off would be the outlier, which is the ESCOM and Water Affairs. Moving on to potholes and roads, I think the executive mayor has spoken about that. I wouldn't like to waste the honorable member's time on it. And there was also an issue concerning active leadership. Maybe if the honorable member, if the honorable member elaborates more on it. I'm not aware of any absent leadership, with the exception of the past 2 weeks. We have always had a mayor together with his mayoral committee, and some of us who live with our political leadership on a daily basis, we have experienced how active and agile our political leadership is. So maybe if I get a better understanding of what the question is concerning active leadership, we'll be able to respond. Insofar as the windmills are concerned, it is the conventional windmill that is driven by wind, largely because some of these rural wards and farms have got a limited electricity capacity. And even if there is to activate the infrastructure for any type of driven water pumping, it might be expensive. But the general idea is to relieve all the water shortages that the municipality experiences. insofar as the refurbishment and upgrading of aged infrastructure, this is a capital-intensive program. And by the way, we're sitting with competing priorities here, because if you look at the infrastructure that is aged, it's not just roads. We're also talking water, we're talking sewer, electrical networks, all the infrastructure that we're sitting with here. So it is a capital-intensive program. At the very least, what we are trying to do is to keep this infrastructure afloat so that it keeps providing the service that it's supposed to. But generally, most of our infrastructure has gone long past its useful lifespan, and it requires an upgrade. What we can do at the moment is just to keep the road infrastructure working, transfer some of these roads to Sanral, and focus on some of the infrastructure that we can, at the very least, keep working. But a total revamp of this is going to be extremely expensive. And that's more of a long-term plan. The landfill site in Makhason, Chairperson, yes, it was declared closed. We have included the establishment of a new landfill site on our MIG program. We are appointing a consultant who is going to design the new landfill site for us and get it up and running. I'm hopeful that next year we'll have the construction commence on the new landfill site, so that we can comply with the necessary environmental laws. However, we are currently refurbishing our Standard and Waste landfill site. The progress is quite impressive on that landfill site. I think the contractor will be done before the December holidays, and we'll have a functional landfill site. My parting words, Chairperson, if you'll allow me, is that most of the challenges that we are sitting with are far too big to have been resolved in the past 2 years since this new administration. My personal assessment is that at the very least, we are going to require 5 to about 8 years, 2 terms basically, to see any major, or rather, the infrastructure and all the challenges to normality. But I am convinced from where I'm sitting that the municipality has started walking in the right direction, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the response. Now we will move in that order, where the district might have picked up some questions that are directed to them. Executive Mayor.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee and all the honorable members that are part of the committee, and greetings to the Executive Mayor and the officials in its entirety, both from the 3 spheres of government. And my apologies for not connecting on time in the morning. I was challenged by a network here at home. I think there was none or no question directed to the district honorable chair. However, I wanted to confirm and concur with the report as presented by the general manager responsible for infrastructure from the Gersibande district in respect of the intervention and progress that we have recorded to date. And we'll want to plead with the Lekwa Local Municipality to please try to improve on the operation and maintenance plan, especially in respect of their wastewater booster pump stations, as well as the water treatment works, because all the work, the intervention work that may have been done to date it will not bear any fruit if there is no operation and maintenance plan as they will be taking over. Yeah, that is the only word that one would want to share with the meeting. With respect to one question that was asked, I think DWS is better positioned to respond to that, but I can confirm that the funding for the refurbishment of the water treatment works, where the DWS has appointed its state construction company unit, is from the DWS itself. We have just been appointed to be an implementing agent as a district in terms of the monitoring and evaluation of the project whilst it is being implemented. The rest of the issues, I think they do not fall within the jurisdiction of the district. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much for hearing your voice, Executive Mayor. Can we now move to Provincial Copter? If there are any questions directed to yourselves which you feel you need to comment on.
Yes, thank you very much, Chairperson. Yes, indeed. I think we will actually touch on at least two matters that were raised, though one of them is partly responded to by the municipal manager. I think the honorable member asked us what we're doing in terms of the Section 106 investigations. When shall they be ending in terms of the implementation of the findings? And Chair, I must say that indeed, I'm pleased that there's been movement in all our municipalities where the Section 106 reports were tabled, including the Lekwa Municipality. As you may have heard earlier, the has also confirmed that some people have been taken through the disciplinary processes where officials are concerned. And of course, where there are criminal-related implicated officials, there are law enforcement agencies that are dealing with the matters. What we have done as a province, there is a structure at the provincial level that is actually pursuing all these reports. It's meeting on a monthly basis so we can see what is being done by each municipality that is dealing with these reports. And they do file reports in this regard in terms of progress that is made. In short, Chair, this is now law enforcement driven. In other words, the SAPS and the Directorate of Prioritized Crime Investigations, which is known as the FOX, they are busy filing, the progress reports, which they have done so far, and all the matters that have been referred to the NPA. There is progress, Chair. And of course, one may have wished to say on this particular date, all these findings would have been resolved if it were driven by the department. But this is now in the hands of the law enforcement agencies. It is now between the DPCI as well as the NPA. We also receive from their end, the reports in this regard, and we will actually share these progress reports, Chair, with the portfolio committee as and when it is being requested so that we can be on the same page all the time. The second issue, Chair, that was also asked was relating to the costs of the skills audit, why it has taken us long, and the funds that are actually linked to that. This is one major expensive area of concern to us, and that's the reason why in the previous years it was really impossible for us to squeeze it in our budget. In total, an amount of 6.4 million would have been required. We're just a small department, not like other departments. We would have wanted to just have a budget that is appropriate. But for the three municipalities, we would have needed about 6.4 million, which for Lekwa alone, 1.2 million would be required. And for Mbombela, it's the largest municipality, as we just said there. There is 4.4 million. And then in the Makazene, the smallest of them all, is 823,000 that would be required. Precisely because we're dealing with staff numbers, and that's why it varies. In Lekwa Municipality, we're dealing with the number of 193 staff members. In the city of Bobele, it's 1,913 staff members, whereas in Mkhazeni, it's only 351 staff members that needs to go through this process. Now, at the rate of around 2,345 per person, it just tells you that, Chair, this is not just a very, very cheap exercise. It is expensive. It really requires that we dig down into our coffers in this regard. Now, comparatively speaking, if you look at the DPSA rates, when we go through the recruitment processes, Chair, the SMS members, for instance, we've got a letter from DPSA where the rates are very, very high. For one SMS member to be put on a competency assessment, we pay about 9,000 per person. And it actually escalates. I mean, it decreases as more. In other words, they give you discounts as more members are being taken. So it helps that you give a number of people that should go there, so that instead of paying 9,000 per person, you end up paying around 7,000 per person. But that is even more expensive, and we couldn't have afforded it as a department, as small as we are. And the 2,345 is the list that we could negotiate with the service providers so that this process can go forward. And that just was part of the difficulties that we've been having in the previous years. But if you look at your Chapter 5 of the municipal staff regulations, this is the exercise inherently that should be done by municipalities themselves. But we know with the financial difficulties they have, we've got to step in because they also have to comply with the municipal staff regulations. And there's a number of things that needs to be done in terms of Chapter 5. And of course, this is why we pick up the bill and assist them so that they are able to comply. Another staff member, Chair, another member, honorable member of the committee asked us, just not to pick up the name, my apologies for that, but the issue about the monitoring, or is it malicious compliance by the department? Why are we there? What support are we providing to municipalities? A number of issues, Chair, has been tabled through the report that we have submitted, but we also have IGR structures. I myself have a structure that is called the Technical Unimec, where I sit with all municipal managers, CFOs and the like, and we track on all these matters that are being implemented by municipalities. Well, at times there would be positive progress and achievements, and not all is gloomy in Lekwa Municipality, because you see even in the process of implementation of grants, projects and the like, there is absolute improvement, Chair. And this is because there is a platform that we also share best practices. We also look at the matters of advising where the accounting officer has to improve and the like. And from my end, I have seen positive improvement in this regard. But there would be those other areas that would be beyond the administration. Of course, I think the executive mayor has touched very well on those aspects, which have to be in terms.
What has happened now? Hello? Is it me who is cut?
No, we can hear
No,
you,
we are
Chairperson.
all
Can hear you,
cut.
Chair.
Who is cut? Is it me or him?
No, it's the presenter.
It's the presenter. Oh, I'm sorry, presenter. What do we do then? But I think he was almost towards the end. We can move to National Cocta if there were any questions directed to them. DG, I was told you are part of the meeting.
Thank you, Chair. It's DG Duma. There was no question specifically directed at Cooperative, but there was a question directed at National Treasury, and perhaps you can allow National Treasury to speak to that question on the FRP and the unfunded budget. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, they can. Yes, come in, National Treasury.
Thank you, Chairperson. I think the question has been partly answered by the municipal manager as to what are the causes of the unfunded budget in the municipality. I think just, generally, it's impossible for a municipality to move from an unfunded budget to a funded budget within a period of 1 or 2 years, especially given the fact that when we do prepare these FRPs, most of these municipalities are quite deep in a crisis, especially a financial crisis. So what we request them to do is, even if you do have an unfunded budget, you need to have a budget funding plan alongside that to demonstrate how you will progressively move towards a funded budget position. So a funded budget will eventually happen. I'm not sure what the projected time frame is for that. But also, if you move from an unfunded budget to a funded budget in 1 year, then that could also be problematic, because it could be that your assumptions you've made in your budget, are not realistic. So I think in terms of the progress the municipality has made so far, and all the revenue management initiatives that are going on, and all the support that is being provided on the financial side, the municipality should be able to realize a funded budget in the near future, particularly if the debt relief issues are approved. They are still being processed, the application in terms of Circular 124 for ESCOM debt relief. And once that's approved, I'm sure it would make a difference in the funding of the budget. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, thank you very much. That was it, honorable members. If there are any follow-ups, I will take those, but if there's none, we'll be moving closer to closing the meeting. As already indicated, the information given has been noted, and the actions that are being taken, and possible time frames that have been indicated, and it looks like there are no further hands. And so normally we will allow the political leadership. We are not the executive as members of parliament. We are asking difficult questions on behalf of people who are not here. But we are not the only public representatives. Even political leaders at the different spheres of government, they are public representatives themselves. So I would wish to allow those political leaders, because it looks like we are saying we must continue with the good work that we are doing. Where there's need for improvement, let's improve. Can I allow the mayor, the local mayor of Lekwa Municipality, closing remarks?
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Honorable Chairperson, on behalf of the municipality, I just want to appreciate this opportunity that was given to the municipality to be able to engage with the portfolio committee. Like you correctly put it, that you are asking very difficult questions, but these are questions that keep us on our toes, and that shows us where we need to improve and what we need to achieve. Honorable Chairperson, Lekwa Municipality has been dysfunctional for a very long time, long even before the National Cabinet came in and installed an administrator. This municipality was dysfunctional. And for this municipality to have gone this far, we could not have done it as the people of this municipality on our own, without the support, the intervention that has been done by all the departments, your National Treasury, Provincial Treasury, National Cooperative, and Provincial Cooperative. and above all, the support that we've received from the minister from the time when she was a deputy minister of Cooperative, even now when she's the minister of Cooperative. We want to appreciate all the support, and I just want to reiterate what has been said by many other speakers before me, that do not take your eyes off this municipality, because the day you remove your eyes off this municipality, that's the day this municipality will go back to what it was. We really appreciate your support, your guidance, and your assistance, and your continuous availability in assisting us whenever we call and whenever we come and knock on your doors. We are trying to revive a municipality that was once an apple of this province. And I believe that with the support that we get from all the departments and all stakeholders, including the portfolio committee, we will be able to have a once glorious municipality that we used to have. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. Can we allow the executive mayor of Hartsibande district municipality? Your closing remarks.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee. Indeed, Chair, this meeting is much appreciated. It follows the oversight visit that the Portfolio Committee undertook some time, and we went to site to establish the extent of the intervention in terms of the impact that it is making and progress on the ground. We can confirm that there is progress that is recorded on the ground, and our word of support, it goes first and foremost to the Portfolio Committee for ensuring that there is oversight and accountability in respect of whatever programs that government is bringing into the Lekwa Local Municipality. The same goes to the Department of Water and Sanitation, Chair. We could confirm that they have, as committed throughout, supported the programs, especially eliminating the sanitation spillages in Lekwa. Now they are on site to refurbish the water treatment works, which we were told it was never refurbished since 1986, and the population has grown exponentially between then and today. The support that the National Department of Cooperative Governance and Provincial Cooperative Governance is also bringing to the Lekwa Local Municipality in respect of governance, administration, supporting them, it is much appreciated as well, together with that of the national and provincial treasury. Chair, as a district, we continue to be on site. We are going to still maintain our visibility on site to exercise our own oversight visits on a monthly, quarterly basis to all the projects that are implemented by the other two spheres of governance, because we have been appointed as an implementing agent by DWS. So that's one of the support we are bringing to the Lekwa Local Municipality. What we are happy with is the relationship that exists between the district and the local municipality of Lekwa, which is appreciated. We are always received warmly, and we work together to solve this, to resolve these problems. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Chair.
Thank you very much. The HOD from Cooperative in the province, you can double up now and speak as on behalf of the MEC. Closing remarks.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and my apologies that we got cut off just in the midst of my addressing the Honorable Committee. I will convey all the message and the support that we've been provided by the Honorable Committee to our Honorable MEC. And of course, we always get the new lessons every time we do have these engagements. I am very proud of the progress that is being made in Lekwa, and so is my MEC, and also the progress that's been made by the district, the support that we are providing, both ourselves as well as the provincial treasury, and then of course guided by National DCOG. And I think it actually epitomizes that joint effort that we shall always provide to the local municipalities, because we're all delivering at the local space. And so if we do recognize the efforts that we all bring about, just so that the municipality can turn around, and of course, the effective monitoring by this committee just makes it, a very, very effective system of government that should be there in any case for all our municipalities. So thank you very much, Chair. We very much appreciate this. And as Mpumalanga, we welcome the efforts that you are doing with your committee. Thank you.
Thank you. The last word from the DG. Yes, DG.
Chairperson, thank you very much for the opportunity. There was a question earlier which was directed to the province, and I think it's applicable to us as well, about 154. I think it's important to remind ourselves that 154 is a constant feature in our support to local government. We can't afford to take our eyes off the ball. Both the province and the national government is expected to support local government, not only when there is a crisis. At all times, we're expected to provide support to local government. We're doing the same even in big cities like Johannesburg, Tshwane. We have engagements with provincial governments to make sure that we support all the municipalities. In some cases, we're expected to be more hands-on. In other cases, we're expected to be hands-off. We don't have to be hands-on in all instances. Chairperson will continue to support this municipality and will continue to work with the team led by the municipal manager and the mayor, and will continue to work with the provincial government as well to make sure that this municipality is stable. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Actually, then that concludes the business for today. And I think we have noted the progress as indicated and the commitment to say it will not end here. So we want this municipality to be removed from the list of dysfunctional municipalities. Yes, we'll keep an eye, because there are municipalities that we are following up on, which we visited. Lekwa is one of them. And it can only be that we are able to account for municipalities that we have visited, and the change that might come. That change will come from the local council itself. In fact, we noted a situation where there was advice to the council about the tournament, and the council decided to go ahead. That's their responsibility, that's their authority, as long as they would be able to explain it to society, which I said we are all representing. When I say all, we start with the councillors themselves, they are public representatives, the provincial, the MPLs, if you like, they are also public representatives. NMC is part of that. And even at national level, we have got the minister who is supposed to be a public representatives and deputies. So in other words, executive have got a right to take a decision as long as they can explain it. I think it's a matter of, views now that can be different to say, would you prioritize playing instead of doing this? But the decision itself, it's a council decision. So in other words, we appreciate what we see, and we hope this can be sustained. And we also hope that it can be a good example for others. They would keep on saying to National Cocta, the next station that we should be focusing on now, because this was an experiment, Lekwa, Mangaung, Inokumkijima. I'm going to engage the committee to see how, because we have not gone to Mangaung, we have not gone to Inokumkijima. We are hearing it from the executive. With those few words, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much for attending and sharing information. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you. Only the Chair.